Well, once again, everybody, it's a wonderful Sunday. We are here again with Carla's Crazy Concoctions. How you doing, Miss Carla?
I am doing fantastic.
Awesome. That will definitely work. Did you have a good week?
I did. And how about yourself?
Pretty good. Very busy, but it was a good week all in all. So I am grateful.
I
We
get
have
it.
a Facebook user that says, hey, hey, hey. So we'll
Hey,
take it.
hey,
Indeed.
hey! Not sure,
Um,
but we're gonna say hey, hey,
no
y'all,
doubt.
hey.
So once again, another fun day Sunday is what I call it. I'm glad to be here
Mhm.
with you, and oh boy, we got people ready. Oh, it's Javetta.
Oh, hey, Savannah.
Okay,
Hey, thank you for tuning in.
indeed.
You know she's gonna be on shortly,
Hmm.
but yes, yes.
So tell me, who do we have on tonight?
Okay, so I'm excited. I have on tonight. We have Miss Katrina Gibson,
Hmm.
and she's a very interesting person, as you will find out, as you will see. I met her while filming The Bloodline of the Jewel, the movie that I filmed a few months ago.
Hmm.
Uh, that's going to be on Netflix, and she's
Really?
also in the movie.
Okay.
And I'm so excited about having her on today. She has turned out to be somebody that me and her really vibe, but
Hmm.
she has a really interesting life, really.
Awesome. Awesome.
So yeah, I think people will be excited to meet Miss Katrina.
Awesome. So that's good stuff. Well, let's go ahead and take care of these bills, and then we can go ahead and bring her in.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with Intuitive Readings by Myra.
Oh, intuitive readings by Myra. Miss Myra. Y'all, this lady right here, for those of y'all who are into readings, once again, she is who you need to call. You need to call her, you need to book her. She will tell you what it is and what it ain't. You understand what I'm saying? She's
Hmm.
very grounded, she's very spiritual, but she's also very down to earth. She makes me laugh all the time. Now, but be prepared because she's gonna give it to you straight, no chaser, straight, no chaser, and that's just how it is. So please book her. There's a website, intuitivereadingsbymyra.com. There's a phone number, 336-480-1653. Please check her out and let her tell you what you need to be told.
Indeed.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead to Sweet Lime.
Sweet life. This is the wonderful Makaya Mitchell, who does my tresses and the tresses of so many other fabulous lots of gods and goddesses that you see around this area. She does Charlotte. She has clients everywhere. Actually, people actually drive like quite a distance to get their hair done by her because she's that good. She does natural hair, she does locks, she does perms, color. She's great with color.
Hmm.
She's also a cosmetologist. So book her, Sweet Line. There's her phone number. There's her IG.
Hmm.
You can inbox her and she'll hook you right on up.
That's what's up. And of
Mhm.
course, the Sweet Truth Bakery.
Last but not least, the lady who makes the meanest banana pudding cake that you ever tasted is my friend Faith of the Sweet Truth Bakery and Catering. Me and her are going to get together because I told her I am craving a lemon pound cake. She makes the best icing. And she also, makes the sweets with a little, kick to them, if you know what I mean. If you want that, for those of y'all who are interested in that, holla at, you know what I'm talking about. There's her website. There's her IG. Maybe that'll pique your interest, baby. A little edible for you to eat. She's great. Peach cobbler, blackberry cobbler. Check her out. I
Oh,
promise you.
Lord.
It's
Some of that kind of food. Okay.
wonderful.
Hello there, sir.
Hi,
Welcome.
sir. How
Welcome.
are you?
Welcome. Welcome. Alrighty. So now that we got all the fun stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and bring in our special guests of the night, Miss Katrina Gibson.
Hi, Katrina.
Hello, how are y'all?
Doing
Good.
wonderful.
How are
Doing
you,
wonderful.
Mama?
Doing good, thank you.
Good,
Well,
good.
I'm gonna go ahead and excuse myself, and you ladies have at it.
Okay, thank you, Troy.
See
I
ya.
appreciate it. All right, Katrina's in the house. Pew, pew, pew. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Thank you for being on today. I am so glad that you are here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited to have you on. You are just such a sweet person, funny person,
Thank
as
you.
I have discovered. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I get to have my girl. And when I asked you, you were just like, yeah, sure. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Look, let me think something. It looks like I ain't got no. I got on clothes. I promise. Wait a minute. Y'all see, I got clothes on. I promise. Okay, there we go. Look, I was looking a little naked. I promise I ain't gonna do no podcast naked. I ain't gonna do that. But y'all, Katrina is here. Katrina, I'm so glad to have you here. Y'all, ain't she gorgeous? Ain't she just a pretty child? I tell you, that's a pretty y'all sorry me in this nose ring. But she is. So we'll get into that. Not only is she beautiful on the outside, but she's beautiful on the inside.
Oh.
I have discovered just a wonderful person. And I am so glad that everybody else is getting a chance to meet you. So first things first, what state are you representing on here today, man? What state are you in? Where are you from?
North Carolina. Yeah. I'm trying to make North Carolina my second home because I'm up there so often, but South Carolina.
Okay. So good on South Carolina. So it's hot where you are too, just like the rest of us.
Most
Girl,
definitely.
it's hot.
Mm-hmm. Too hot.
Oh my God. It is hot, but you know what? I love the hot. I'd rather be hot than cold any day. That's just me. I don't do cold and cool and any of that. Like, what's your favorite season? Are you a winter? You a winter baby? You like summer? Like,
I like the fall.
you like the fall?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's legitimate. I mean, I get it. You know, everybody. I'm a spring and summer person. Like, definitely. You know, the only thing I like about fall is that I get to wear, my boots. But me, being who I am, I wear boots all year long. I don't care. Hey, how are you? So, what's your concoction? Today I have a little bit of petite Syrah. A little something. And gonna get me through. What you saying, girl?
I'm gonna say I do have a little bit of pink Moscato here.
Oh, pink Moscato.
Little something. Okay. Not too much, not just a little something.
Cheers to you, ma'am. Let me ask you, are you a veggie freak or a carnivore? Meaning, are you a meat lover or are you a veggie lover?
I would have to say I'm trying to be a veggie lover, but I do love meat.
Are you a steak girl? You like pork? What you like? What's your favorite?
No, honestly, I love grilled chicken.
Ooh,
I love grilled chicken.
Y'all bird ain't never did nobody wrong. You understand me? It ain't never did nobody wrong.
I mean, I didn't say fried chicken either. I mean grilled chicken.
Right, the good kind.
For me, it's healthier for me, so grilled chicken.
I just like food, really. But I don't eat pork. Mm-hmm. But I did when I did used to eat pork. I used to love a good pork chop, and I love barbecue. Like, like every now and then I would cheat and have barbecue and pay for it. But it's been I want to say like 2 years maybe since I had some barbecue.
Wow.
I did have some ham at Christmas, and baby, I ain't had no business. Because my body was like, we don't do this no more. But it's so pretty, it looked like I needed to eat it. So I kind of have a little piece of slice of ham
A little piece ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Wait, that's a lie.
As
Anyway,
long as you eat it in moderation.
girl, we was something else. My stomach was like, you must be kidding. I know you lied. That's what she said. Listen, ain't nothing. Look, yay for the yard bird. Yay for the yard bird. Especially, ooh, girl. Ooh, you got me wanting to see like curry chicken or
Oh yeah, that's good too. Ooh, that's
You
really
know what I like? I like the Cornish hens.
good.
When somebody gotta cook them real good. Oh, girl, with the
Those are
lemon
good,
on the
yeah.
inside. Girl, my cousin Brittany, she makes these Cornish hens every year at Thanksgiving, and she puts lemon and potatoes and all kind of stuff inside the Cornish hen. And so when you cut it open, girl, that thing be.
Oh, it's the truth, huh?
Glory to the Lamb. Listen, because you know, food is an experience for me. I love food. I love it. Okay. So I'm getting ready to shock everybody.
Uh-oh.
They're not gonna believe this about you. They're not gonna believe this, Katrina.
What is it, Carla?
They're not gonna believe y'all. Miss Katrina Gibson is a boxer. She is a boxer, y'all.
Okay, I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
So you look at her and you see her, you would never believe that this woman will whoop your ass, but she will. She will whoop it. She will whoop it. I done seen, you know, you heard what I said. She is a boxer. She is a boxer, a professional boxer. And she is known for putting that pain on the mind. You know what you need it.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
She trains other boxers as well. This woman will knock you out. And she just sitting over there looking like a Bobby doll princess, but she will knock you down. And I love it.
You're up over here. Oh my goodness.
So Katrina, what made you become a boxer?
Girl, it's such a long story, but it's not something, I'll put it like this. It's not something that I was seeking.
Okay.
Pretty much, a security officer approached me at work one day. He said, hey, I have a gym and you should come box. I was like, no, not me. I'm not boxing. Girl, I went to about 3 or 4 workouts and I was walking like a zombie. I was like, this is not for me.
Right.
But years later, and I ended up running into one of the guys that was affiliated with the gym because my cell phone charger broke at work. And someone told me about this new store, cell phone store they had open. And I was like, let me run down there real quick on my lunch break, and saw the guy from the old gym. And he was like, well, you know, I do train for boxing now. I was like, not interested. I don't want to box. And so I was like, maybe 50 pounds heavier back then. I'm just going to say 50. So I was like on the heavier side. And he was like, well, you can just train for fitness. And I was like, okay. So he suckered me in. Next thing I knew, girl, we trained a few times and then he threw me in the ring in Colombia with some girl. So I was up there.
I don't understand. Katrina, tell people how tall you are.
Huh?
How tall are you?
I'm about 5'8.5".
Y'all, but she is thick. She's thick and she look like you would never think, once again, that this woman is a boxer. Okay? Because she looked like a damn fashion model. And she's a boxer. And I was like, what the world? But she is a straight up boxer. You know, there's video to prove it. And when she get in that ring, she turned into a monster. And you be like, what the world? But
night and day.
I love it. I love it. And I love the fact that, you know, you are out here teaching other people how to be boxers, especially other women. You know, that it's a way for you to channel your angst, your angers, your frustration.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Katrina, talk about how boxing has helped you, you know, since you've become a boxer.
So one thing I would say, and one of the most important things I would say that boxing did for me, is help me with weight loss, being healthier. it made me look at different types of food differently. Because I love to eat too. Now I ain't gonna lie, I love some food now. Like
Right.
even like when I had to compete, like when I didn't have to compete, I was going in. I was eating everything, everything I could find. I love food. I love different varieties of food, but boxing has taught me discipline. So that's why I said the grilled chicken. That's just like a natural thing for me to say, because it's like either chicken, fish, or things like we talked about earlier, like vegetables, things like that, brown rice, different foods like that, healthy food. So I try to eat to the best of my ability.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So it has taught me discipline, and then you learn something about yourself when you're a boxer. You learn something about yourself that you didn't even know you had. You learn that boxing, or that boxing mentality. You have to have a certain level of confidence, and you have to be confident in what you're doing, because if you don't, you're gonna go in the ring and get knocked out. If you go in that ring and like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this, you knocked out in the first few seconds.
Right.
Yeah, but you have to have a certain mentality, a mental toughness is what I'm trying to say. You have to have a certain level of mental toughness in order to be in this sport.
And you certainly have that, because you are a mother to how many children?
Three kids. Yeah, 3. Yeah, most definitely.
Let me drink on that. Hannah, that's something about a mama, ain't it something?
You know what? I think I'm gonna drink on that too. Hold on.
Girl, me and Katrina be talking about our children and our grandchildren, because she's a grandmother too.
Yeah.
It's something, ain't it? It's something, ain't it, sis?
It's something.
If you don't talk about nothing else, these damn kids will make you cry.
They will. They really will. They really will.
Make you pray and cuss, like I just said.
Yeah.
Cuss and pray. Okay.
You think the older they get, you think it's gonna get better, but it doesn't. It doesn't.
It doesn't, because your children start leaning on you in a different way. And the weird thing about I think about your children aging is they start becoming your friends and your confidants in a different kind of way than they were, like, especially if your boys are different from your girls.
Yeah.
Because like my son,
hey.
And I'll be like, sir,
hi.
Hi, Lena. Hi. Yeah, grandma with the hands.
Okay.
But we're not even done. Wait till y'all find out even more about this. This woman is like, she is like the mic drop. Like, what? Okay. So tell everybody, because I always ask everybody, what's your zodiac sign, Mama?
Aquarius. Aquarius. Yep.
She Aquarius, y'all. She Aquarius. She Aquarius woman. Now, you January Aquarius or February Aquarius?
February Aquarius.
Now, you know what? 2 of my closest female friends are Aquarius. Y'all are very intuitive. Very intuitive. I have even called one a witch, because she be knowing stuff too much. But y'all will disappear in a minute. The male and the females, when life start getting too thick, you be like,
peace.
You like, damn, where they go? Then you pop back up like, hey girl, you all right? Nah, ma'am, you been gone for 2 months. Where you been? I'm good. Okay. All right, girl. Listen. But the weird thing is, I'm an Aquarius rising. And I have Aquarius tendencies. Like, if people start getting on my damn nerves, I'll be like, no explanation. And I'm trying to be better. Okay, listen, that's the end of this thing. So listen, it is what it is, right? But grown folk, we have to be grown folk, right? We have to do better than what we're doing. So before we go to break and listen to our artist of the week, which I'm excited about, because I don't even know who it is this week. I didn't even ask you. We are going to get into Katrina Gibson, not the boxer. But what else do you do, Mama? Tell these good folk what else you do.
Okay, there's quite a list. I will warn you. I will warn you. Or well, I'm just gonna tell you a few of the things that I do before I tell you the main thing that I do now. So we've already discussed the boxing. So I am a nurse also, and I'm also an author.
Of how many books?
I have 3 out currently.
Okay, 3.
Three books out currently. And I'm an activist for child sexual abuse. Yeah. So. Yes.
She's out here in the streets fighting for these babies that are being sexually abused, and she's going to tell you about that. It's like something very close to her heart, and me and her talked about it. And when she told me her story, I was just like blown away, like blown away. I don't know. Before we go to the artist of the week, show her book covers, choice. Show her book. Now, where can we find your books, Katrina?
You can find them on Amazon.
Okay.
The coffee shop. We have the girl with the size 16 gloves. Hey.
Okay.
And then we have the Enchanted Clock, and you can all find all of them on Amazon. Yeah, they're really good reads. I actually enjoy them, not because I'm the author of them, but they're really good reads. I would say I get a lot of positive feedback on them, on all 3 of them actually.
That's amazing. It's just like, I'm working on 2 books right now, and I'm so scared. I know that when they finally come out, I'm gonna probably be a nervous wreck. But I admire people who put their thoughts out there for the world to see in print. Because once you do that, it's really immortalized like forever. You know what I mean? Whether it may be, whether it be fiction or nonfiction. Mm-hmm. So I think that you are dopey dope. What we're gonna do now is go to the artist of the week, and then we're gonna come back and talk about Katrina Gibson, the activist. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool.
All righty. So the Blast Artist of the Week is the band called True Composure, and this is called Politics.
It's frightening. And governments are fighting. Politics and issues lead to governmental misuse. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders fly, pilots fly, babies die, parents crying, selling it for deception. War is on and misconception. Politics can blind us, but poverty reminds us we must reap what we've sown. The Holy Bible tells us so, but will we choose the right one? Election deceptions we know as politics. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders lie, violence fly, babies die, parents crying. Government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders lie, violence fly, babies die, parents crying. Politics, government, administration, subjugation, media, Hollywood, lots of protests do no good. How can we make a choice if common men don't have a voice? Leaders lie, violence fly, babies die, parents crying.
There's a delay in the video.
Oh, I was like, what happened?
But anyway, that was True Composure. And that was
Okay, true
Politics.
composure.
Yes,
All
indeed.
right.
Alrighty, so back to you ladies.
Well, thank you so much for that. Oh, they was some Fox was out there playing that guitar.
Yeah, I was feeling that. I was like, ooh.
The grandma was drumming. All I heard was bing, 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 bing.
I was like, do.
Listen, you better sing that. Hey, sunshine.
But I wish I knew the words.
We gonna know it, honey. By the end of this week, I'm gonna know the words because it's gonna be on everybody I watch podcast. That's what always happens. Like when our artists of the week, they play it all week. So as I watch other people's shows or whatever, child, the songs get stuck in my head. So you better say, honey, sing the song, sis. That's what I'm saying. Her mother was in there singing. You understand? Singing they face off. Let me drink some more, honey. That song made me want to drink a little bit. It made me think about this world we live in. Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. Mm.
So, we were getting into what you do. And so we found out that you're a boxer, you're an author, you're a mother, you're a grandmother, and you're an activist for sexually abused children.
And an actress now.
And an actress!
That's how we met, right? That's how we met. So yeah.
That's how we met. We met because she's in a movie that I'm in. And she has some dope scenes in this movie. So I'm very excited for this to be your very.
I am too. Yeah.
And y'all, she's been bit by the acting bug. So if anybody see her, in our acting community and want to give her a role, holler at her. She gonna put up here. So let's get into you being an advocate for children who are sexually abused. Let's talk about this. How did this come to Listen, Lena, we're gonna know that whole song. Hey, Gina G. So let's talk about that, Katrina.
Okay, so what I did, I developed an organization called Voices for Victims. Mm-hmm. And our goals are to increase awareness of child sexual abuse first and foremost, because a lot of children that are being abused, they're not even aware that they're being abused. And why is that? Why do you think that is? Because the adults that are abusing them are telling them, "Oh, this is our secret. This is a game we're playing." So they don't think anything more of it. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're thinking that they're just playing a game with someone they love. And did you know that these pedophiles, we think that it's like people on the outside, but oftentimes it's people that we know. 96% of people that we know are the ones that are abusing our children in a sexual way. And I became an activist for child sexual abuse because, some close family members, were abused as children as well. And so that made me, here it is years later, but it made me say, hey, you know what? Somebody has to be a voice for them. And I know there's other people out there advocating and they're activists, But I felt like I need to do, my due diligence. This is something that I want to do. I want to put my 2 cents in. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, it's just such a broad topic to explore, and there are 1 in 4 girls that will be sexually assaulted before, their 18th birthday, and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before their 18th birthday. So I do feel like this is something that we need to attack head on. We need to make sure that we're increasing awareness. We need to let the community know the different signs that they need to be looking for in our children, that may lead us to feel that they're being abused, because oftentimes they're not going to report it to their family members or anyone for that matter. They feel like they're lots of times kids feel that they're going to be ashamed, or that they're not going to be believed, and most often they won't be believed, even by their own parents. So even with the recent flyer that I created, it's normalizing the conversation between children and parents, or between parents and children. And the reason why normalizing the conversation is important is because we want to make sure that children know that they can speak to their parents about anything, because a child, depends on their parents. And if you break that trust, if you don't believe your child, you run the risk of breaking that trust with them. And once you do that, the pedophile can just have his way with that child. Because who's going to believe them? The child's not going to go turn to a stranger and report that they're being sexually abused. So that's why it's important that I'm doing what I'm doing, and that, I create ways to make sure that my organization grows, so that we can, let it be known worldwide. We need to make sure that we're increasing awareness of child sexual abuse. So it's just a very, very delicate topic, I would say.
Really.
Yeah.
Troy, play that clip of her speaking about this issue.
In today's society, while it's true that we're faced with financial hardships and health-related issues, child sexual abuse is another issue that we face in the world today. However, it is often swept under the rug. We are forced as parents, extended family members, and friends to deal with this issue head on, while a bill is being proposed to remove sex offenders from the Child Sex Offender Registry. Join me on my journey as I fight to stop child sexual abuse, one step at a time. Follow me at Katrina Gibson on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you.
Wow. And she also has an email if you want to email her for things. You see her information is listed there below. Katrina is not really, because she's currently working on, she can't get into details right now because she's working on a documentary about this, as well as a book. And y'all, when y'all hear the story, it's going to be like, what? I think we all know somebody who was molested as children, if it wasn't us ourselves, whether it was by a family member or just somebody in the community they trusted. And it's always disheartening to me when I hear the story, but it's also encouraging to me when I know that people made it through that situation and came out to be who they are, like the great, a lot of these people that I know now who lived through that situation and have wonderful lives now. But part of the healing process that I've spoken with everyone who's either gone through an experience is, the first thing is therapy, going to a therapist, talking to someone about it, putting it out there, and knowing that it's not your fault when it happens to you, because a lot of children don't tell it. And when they do tell, I know people who did tell their parents, and the parents were like, you're lying.
Right. Yeah.
Or you're being fast. What did you do to make them, and oh God, it just makes me sick on the stomach.
Yeah.
Like, people experienced it through church.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of men who were sexually abused through their church,
Mm-hmm.
in church circles.
Yeah.
And so it's just something Black people, especially, and brown people, and I mean, it affects everybody, but
Right.
especially us because it is really a stigma for Black folk to come out and tell somebody they were abused sexually.
Right.
Because we have always been made to feel that we are being ultra sexual, hypersexual. I mean, I'm talking about as kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I remember being a kid and being told, you go put some clothes on because somebody see all your tail. I'm 7. What tail? What
Mm-hmm.
tail? If somebody looking at my tail at 7, that's on them. That's not on me. It's hot. It's 90 degrees outside. Why the hell my tail can't be out?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's stuff like that. And sadly, we just live in a world where children aren't protected like they should be. And
Right.
I'm very, I love children.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Pied Piper of kids. I
Yeah.
don't do animals, but I do children. I tell people that all the time. I'm all fool with animals, but I love kids.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
I love kids because they're pure and they're innocent.
Yep. And for the reason that you just stated, that's why 85% of sexual abuse cases aren't even reported. Because they 85% of child sexual abuse cases are never reported. So then what this leads to is you have grown women and men who are in their 40s, 50s, or even 60s, who are out here seeking counseling. You know what I'm saying? At that age. And this is something that, and then the ones who don't seek counseling, this is something that sticks with them forever. They're going through life. No one even ever knows that they've gone through sexual abuse. And so they're trying to, cope and live. That's why even like a lot of first time pregnancies, 60% of those are as a result of child sexual abuse. 60% of pregnancies, first time pregnancies. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Wow.
That's over half. That's over half. It's 60%. First time
I know
pregnancy.
my mom had a cousin
Child sexual abuse.
who got pregnant at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then we think about, like Oprah Winfrey got pregnant as a kid.
Yeah.
And there are so many people. I know quite a few girls who had babies or were pregnant before the age of 14.
Mm-hmm. And imagine they never told anyone that they were being sexually abused as children, and then they're grown up. They've had this baby. They're out here in the world now, and people are making them feel even worse. You know what I'm saying? Because they're thinking, oh, like you just said, they're fast, not knowing that they were already sexually abused. So that just makes it even that much worse. And then these same girls go out and commit suicide as a result.
And boys.
Yeah, girls and boys, right? But I mean, since we're talking about having the kids, I was just thinking about the girls.
Yeah, but a lot of the boys. I know a lot of guys who have told me, that they didn't know who they were sexually because they were being molested by men and women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what the hell? Like,
yes.
I would kill somebody, literally. And I know y'all can say what y'all want to say. But baby, I just can't. Oh Lord, Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I'm the crazy mama. I'm the crazy mama, right? And we have had things happen. When things happen to your children, and you're a mother, it flips a switch in you.
Yeah.
And men too.
Yeah. Men too. And I mean, statistically, over 90% of pedophiles are males. But that lets you know there are females as well, like you just stated. So there are females out here too. So it's just like, who do you leave your kids with? That's why it's so important to normalize that conversation between parents and child, so that your children will feel safe verbalizing these things to you. If someone touched them inappropriately, guess what? They can make sure they let you know. Just like the flyer I just created recently, that talks about normalizing the conversation between parents and children. So it just lists some of the signs. It lists some of the signs that I'm sorry.
That flyer. Didn't you share that flyer with me? I'm trying to see. Troy, did I give you that flyer? I don't remember. But yeah, we'll definitely make sure we put that up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It
because
just gives some of the signs to look for, with children when they're going through sexual abuse. Some of the signs. It's not all the signs aren't listed on there, but those are just a few that some children may experience. And it just tells you basically, it's just giving some tips, that we as parents should, should make sure that we're doing as parents. We need to make sure that our kids are able to feel free. They can freely discuss whatever it is that they want to discuss with us without any judgment. You understand what I'm saying? Because
without
I think
any,
that's where the issue comes in, where they feel like they can't tell us anything. So if someone is abusing them sexually, I mean, if we don't intervene and start believing our children when they come and report that to us, they feel they don't have anywhere else to turn to. So the chances of them telling someone else are very slim. So they'll continue that cycle. They'll continue getting abused over and over again. There it is. There's the
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. It has
So
some tips and rationales on there, and the signs of child sexual abuse.
I think it's very important for people to understand too that when you're speaking about people thinking kids are lying when they say that's happening or whatever, those are the kids that pedophiles target.
Yes.
Kids that they know lie or have active imaginations. Everybody knows, oh girl, she always talking about this, or he always talking about that. So when they come and say, hey, Uncle so-and-so is doing such and such, or Aunt so-and-so are doing that, like the first thing they say is, girl, you lie. You be lying about this, that, and the other. Because I've seen that happen to people. And
it's terrible.
It is.
Yeah, another thing they prey on too, pedophiles, they're very conniving and manipulative. So if they see where a child maybe in a household where their parents aren't buying them the cell phones that they want, or not particularly giving them, buying them the latest clothes that they want, the pedophile, they will come in and they'll provide those things for the kids. They'll buy them that cell phone that they want that their parents won't give them. They'll buy those clothes that their parents won't buy them. So you see, it's little things like that, little subtle things that they'll use to manipulate the children. And then once they've started, that's part of their coping mechanism. Once they've gotten that under wrap, then pretty much they can do whatever they, whatever they want to do with the child after that. And the child will feel like it's okay. They may feel something's a little off with it, but likely they're gonna, it's gonna continue because the pedophile is an adult. You know what I mean? Someone older, so they do know how to manipulate them in a way. Yeah.
Well, Katrina, thank you for not just being a fighter with your hands, but a fighter with your actions and your words.
I wish I could just knock these pedophiles out, girl.
Oh, girl, knock them out, beat them in the dirt, girl. I don't care. So I said it.
Yes.
Because you are doing so much harm to a person when you snatch their innocence in that way.
Yes. And then you have the laws. The laws are, that's a whole nother, But a lot of like you said, children's innocence are being taken. And then the laws aren't backing them up because, a pedophile can go to prison for sexually assaulting a child, and the judge will even take it into consideration that the pedophile has no prior incidents on his record. Even though that crime alone, has so much weight behind it,
And it's just because they didn't get caught. That's all.
That should be like I stated earlier, 85% of cases are never reported. So therefore, who's to say this is the pedophile's first offense? Who's to say that?
That's crazy. I just watched a movie on Lifetime the other day about this, a true story about this white lady who was raped by this man. She went on a date with him and she got pregnant and she decided to keep the baby. And she had to go to court because in this country, there's only like 4, now I think it's 6 states that have legislation in place that protect children of rape. And by this, I mean, so the man found out that she had this baby. The baby was like almost 12 years old. and they had to go get something from him, and he found out that this woman had this baby. So he wanted parental rights. So come to find out, there was nothing to stop him from getting parental rights. Even though he brutally raped this woman, all that stuff was documented. They had gone to court. He had won that. You know, then all these women finally started coming out the woodwork saying he had raped them and stuff. But until this woman really went to bat and had people fighting for her, North Carolina, he's still in court for her for rape because he got prosecuted for the other women, not her. But in most of the United States, if a man rapes a woman and gets her pregnant, he still has parental rights to that child.
That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense.
He can come get that child on the weekend. He can go to the school. You name it.
Yeah, I see a lot of issues with that because, you know, if he's that type of person, if he has custody of that child, what would he do to that child? You know, the child may become a victim. You know,
and the man was saying like, and that was one of the things. This was a white dude. He was like, "Well, you know, I might be sexually aggressive, but that doesn't have anything with me being a father." Sir, you have a daughter.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I'm just gonna say pedophiles. I don't understand why pedophiles, when it comes to the law, it seems like pedophiles are more protected than the victims.
Oh yeah.
I've written several articles in the county, the next city over from where I live, and in my city regarding pedophilia that you guys can check out as well on the Stump the Item. It's the Stump the Item or stumptheitem.com. You can go in there and check those articles out regarding pedophilia and the victims. One is called A Victim's Point of View. So it just talks about child sexual abuse, you know, from the victim's perspective, you know, what they feel, you know, how they feel after abuse, and, you know, compared to what the community thinks that they feel, if that makes sense. And like I said, there are just several articles out there that I have written. So there's something to definitely check out.
Well, thank you, Katrina.
You're welcome.
Woo! Okay, so we got to lighten the mood. Listen, I done sat here and drank almost this whole wine, girl, because I just can't imagine. It weighs heavy on me. You know, I was a Sunday school teacher for years. I even years ago, and this person is an adult now, I testified in a trial against a teacher who was molesting one of his students because, I saw the teacher going back and forth to the child's house. And one day I just happened to say to the mom, you know, I noticed when you're not home, this teacher been going in your house with your daughter and come to find out, oh, baby, it was a whole thing. This man had gotten girl pregnant, just girl, and it was a lot. And to this day, that sticks with me. That's why we have to speak up. You know, you be like, you know, people like, you nosy, but listen, let me tell you, if I had a child, I want somebody to tell me somebody coming in my house while I'm not home, an adult. And that's what neighbors, you know, neighbors aren't like how they used to be. Some neighbors, and then some neighbors are, but thank you, Danny. Listen, Soul Red's music said, do you fight people who try to put sugar in grits, Katrina? Katrina, do you put sugar in your grits?
No, I don't.
The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Those people need counseling. People who put sugar in their grits need counseling. They need God to come through and do an intervention for them. How do you eat your grits, Katrina?
I eat it plain. Even when I don't like to put all the butter in. Don't get me wrong, I love food. I love putting the butter in my grits and the salt in my. I love things like that. But for what I do and my training and everything, I prefer to eat it. I just eat it plain. I see how you looking at me, Carla. A lot of my food, even when I cook like rice, I don't put salt in it. If I bake chicken, I'll use things like garlic powder, onion powder. Sometimes I'll use vinegar. I don't put salt in my food when I cook it. And that's when I'm dieting. Now, if my kids coming over, if my kids are coming over, I'm having company or something, and then I'll go ahead and season.
Wait a minute, hold it. You eat unseasoned food? Oh God! We're gonna have to. You need intervention.
I don't, but like I said, I'll season my food for other people, other like company they coming over, but no, I typically do not cook with salt.
Katrina, we're gonna have to talk when we get off of here.
I have a thing when I'm losing, like even when I was competing, before competition, I will make sure when I'm trying to get down to that fight weight, no salt, because salt makes you retain water. And I'm like, I gotta get down. I want to be right. I want to feel good.
I mean, don't listen to me because I'm fluffy. I'm fluffy. I got a fupa and the ass that drag the ground, everything. So don't listen to me. Okay, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Because I eat the way I eat. Like grits require butter, salt, pepper, hot sauce.
No sugar.
Cheddar cheese.
No sugar.
No sugar. I don't put no sugar.
Okay.
Now I know people who do that, and I think it's crazy. And I'm also, I don't trust people who eat cream of wheat.
Oh no.
I mean, I do, but I just be looking at them like this. When they say they put the cream of wheat, grit. He said that you put beans in your chili, Katrina.
I'll eat beans in my chili. Oh my goodness.
Drink out.
You almost let that one go. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I love food, y'all. I love food, but like I said, if I'm trying to get down to a certain weight, just like I just recently wrote a boxing film, and we're supposed to start filming that in July potentially. Yeah, so it's a new story, new development. So it's projected we're supposed to start filming in July. So we'll, it's contingent upon a couple different things. So yeah, we'll just kind of see, kind of play with it.
Yeah. I can't wait, girl. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So it's almost time for us to go. So I have 2 more questions and we out.
Okay.
Katrina, are you single?
Am I single? Ooh, wasn't everyone like that?
Y'all think she pretty, and you heard her say she like chicken. And hell, you might look, she don't even eat seasoned chicken half the damn time. So if you want to take her out somewhere, you have someone to do.
No.
You have somebody when you feel like it.
Well, I guess because I'm smiling, you guys are gonna feel like I do have someone. And you are. Oh, wait! What happened?
My glasses broke.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Girl, that's the spirit of one of my niggas from the past. Oh, excuse me, I can't say that over here. You're gonna have to bleep me out.
My movie. Sounds good.
He said he would love to write some music for your movie. He did the music for my that you heard when Crazy Carla Concoctions came on.
Okay.
He's cool. Amazing.
Just reach out to me via email or
inbox or whatever.
On YouTube, give me a comment or anything. Yeah, just how we can.
So
I'll definitely take a look at that.
I can't believe I can't get this glass. I love this glass. Y'all, somebody just broke my glass. Y'all, I was
into another one.
I am not that strong. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with that.
Are you single, Katrina? You ain't answer the question.
I'm not single. I'm dating. I'm dating somebody. So.
Oh well, y'all missed it.
Huh?
Y'all missed it, fellas. You missed it.
I've been dating for like a year and a half now, so a little over a year and a half.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she owns up to it. That's good.
Hey, what can I say? Yeah.
Cause honey, summer is about to happen, and baby, I just can't.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe maybe when the cuffing season come back, maybe I'll get me some.
I know one thing, that glass might have broke, but you still working it, girl. You still trying to get that out of that.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. So anyway, last thing that I want to ask you is, if Katrina could go back and talk to her 18-year-old self, what are 3 things that you would tell her without a shadow of a doubt? What are 3 things that you would say, girl, listen? Like, case in point, I would be like, listen, do not drop out of college. Don't do it. Because that man will still be there or he won't be.
Yeah.
Baby, that flat stomach is going to go to hell if you don't keep it together. Okay? Stay in the gym. And number 3, your credit is important. And no matter what nobody says, don't let nobody tell your credit, including yourself. Those are the 3 things that I feel like if I was to show up in my room and be able to talk to myself at 18 and really know that I would listen to myself, I would tell her those 3 things. So what about you, Katrina? Like, what would you tell 18-year-old Katrina? What would you tell her?
18-year-old Katrina, I would definitely tell her to follow her heart. I mean, even with writing the books now, that's something I would have encouraged her to do even at 18. You know, if that's something she loved to do, just do it. Because I remember writing as a child, just writing little poems here and there. And just, just kind of throwaway stuff. Never did anything with them. But I see now that it's something that I should have, or started back then. Just kind of continued on with it from back then.
Wow.
And then the second thing I would tell 18-year-old Katrina is to make sure that she remains healthy as possible. And with that, when I'm saying that, what I mean by that is I started boxing later in life, but I would have started back then because I love it so much. I would have started back then.
Okay.
So, yeah. And then I would tell 18-year-old Katrina to, I used to be really shy back then. Very shy back then. So I would tell myself, be shy for what? Don't be shy. Don't hold yourself back in that way. I remember my coach used to want me to run track really bad in high school. I had some long legs, long legs.
Yeah, I'm a track runner.
I could really run. But didn't do it because I was so ashamed. I remember just how shy I was. I didn't even used to like to, be in front of people or anything. I was just really, really, really shy. And so I just pretty much, I would say that, she would need to just go run track or whatever it is that she, whatever else it is that she would have wanted to do back then. Just do it, because you never know where you would have ended up at, I guess. Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Right? And it's never too late. Somebody sent me a message today. I think it was Janelle. Someone did. Lena, about this woman who was talking about how she was a late bloomer and she's 55 years old and finally starting to do the things she really dreamed of doing. And that's me. I'm getting ready to be 49 this year. And I'm out here. I'm finally podcasting. I waited until I was almost 40 to become a comedian. A lot of the things that I should have done when I was young, but I don't think because, I believe in divine timing. Me and you have talked about this. I believe that everything happens in divine timing.
Right.
I believe that everything happens the way that God, the universe, our ancestors map out down to like the seconds of things. And I believe when something's supposed to happen, it does. And when something is not supposed to happen, it does not.
Yeah, like you said, it's never too late. It's never too late. Yeah. I feel great.
But a lot of what happens to us is because we either go too quick with making a decision, or we don't make a decision fast enough.
That's enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like me, I always say one of my biggest regrets this mental health month is that I had a child who had mental health issues, and because I was raised that Black people don't go to therapy and do all that stuff, that she just had anger issues, but my child needed help. And by the time it really manifested really heavily, she was an adult. And I didn't do my job as a parent. And that's not something I could turn the hands of time back and get it back. But now I know, because now I have my grandchildren and I know what to look for and what to do as a grandparent. And so you have this discussion. I write letters to myself. I saw that my therapist told me that one time. Write letters to yourself at different ages. Like, what's the letter you would have written to yourself at 7 or 15 or 18? What's a letter you would have written to yourself the week you got pregnant with your first child? Now that's a letter that I put in my Bible, and I'm thinking about publishing it later on in life, because it's a great big difference between your mind before you have a baby and after you have one. I don't care what age you are. When you give birth to a baby, it changes your whole thought process. And if it doesn't, then that's a problem. You know what I mean? As a woman, especially.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are some women out here who have babies and it means nothing to them.
Right.
They just had a baby.
Correct.
So, Katrina, I thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody, there's her website. Look at the banner. Her email is there. If you want to donate towards her cause, she's out here doing a lot, and she didn't really speak about it, but it's because she is in the process of legally doing this documentary and writing this book, and those things cost money, right?
Right.
So if you want to fund her and donate to her cause, email her at that email address there, and she will be grateful.
Yeah, and I do have a Cash App. It's the same as the email.
Okay.
$, the capital V, then lowercase f victims. So it's VF victims. That's the Cash App for that. They want to do, if they would, want to support the movement and donate. And then the website that you're seeing here is actually for like the clothing. I have a logo, my logo, Voices for Victims. It's like kind of like a clothing line you can go to and actually purchase, and some of the proceeds will come to Voices of Victims, so that we can help grow the organization. Because I plan to do a lot of travel, and even to the State House and just wherever I need to go in order to get some things turned around. Yes, so I'm willing to put the work in. I'm willing to put in the work. There's nothing lazy about me. I'm here for the babies, and I'm on a mission. I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey. Yeah, and I will also encourage everyone to, if you don't know or haven't checked the sex offender registry in your neighborhood or the state that you're in, just go online, do a Google search, and look up that National Sex Offender Registry. Find out where those, if there's pedophiles are in your neighborhood, find out who they are. It may be people that you're talking to on a regular basis and you're not even aware that they're pedophiles, so I would definitely encourage you to do that as well. And if you can, please, ma'am, please, sir, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I go on there quite often and upload videos where I talk, just like the video you saw earlier, where I go on there and talk about statistics related to child sexual abuse and things of that nature. So I would definitely appreciate if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Katrina Gibson.
Thank you, Katrina.
You're welcome.
I thank you so much for coming on here. You blessed us today, and
what? I'm so serious about this child stuff, and it's like I'm having a dilemma, trying to laugh and then trying to, because it just makes me want to just knock somebody out. I'm gonna calm down. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna calm down. Yeah, but that's a very serious topic, girl. I'm just like, okay. But I'm gonna calm down though, yeah, because we ain't fitting 1, 2, 3, knock nobody out or not. Yeah, okay, yeah. So.
Are you a left hook or a right hook?
Whatever I need to be. You know what I'm saying? I throw him with that right and I hit him with that left too. You know what I'm saying? Boom, boom. You know what I mean? It don't matter.
That's what things she talk when she gets up. That's in South Carolina come out. She be talking some things sometimes. Be like, Lord. He's talking about we need a sugar grits.
Sugar and grits.
Yeah, she's on your grits. Oh my God. You know what?
Oh my God.
Father God, right now, we just pray that
sugar and grits registry.
Oh my God. God, take that.
You know the funny thing about that?
Ouch.
We're talking about grits, and my childhood nickname is Grits. My mom gave me that name. I guess I love grits so much growing up. My childhood nickname is Grits, and they still call me Grits today. So
well, I got a kid named Tater. My daughter, my 26-year-old, we call her in my family. We call her Tater because when she was a baby, I breastfed her for 18 months. But her favorite food was sweet potato. Oh my goodness. So she loved taters. So we call her Tater. To this day, her name is Tater.
Wow.
That's not her real name, but we call her Tater.
Wow.
And yeah, she's Tater. Tater Bug at that. Tater Bug. You know, because black folks got to get their children nicknames. Well, we thank you. Yeah. We thank you so much, Katrina. You are awesome. I pray that God gives you everything that you need for this fight, whether it be for these children, whether it be in the ring, whether it be in your books, whether it be in your documentary. Mm-hmm. I am so fortunate to have met you on the set of The Bloodline. Jewel, you are a jewel, definitely. And keep up the good work.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. Until next time, y'all, this has been Crazy Carla Concoctions with the broken glass. Oh. We out.